Okay, so for the past couple days, I've had all my stuff kind of stacked up in the corner here, and I did get these racks shipped to me a little while ago, so it's gonna feel good to get these put on and this pile to get dwindled down a little bit. This is my parents' garage after all. It's not really too nice of me to have all this stuff piled up here. Dad can't park his car in, so we're gonna get rid of this stuff little by little. Getting those tires mounted and getting this roof rack on will at least help alleviate the cluster that's going on in here. All right, so I did end up getting a Prinsu rack. They did send this to me, which is super awesome. I was actually thinking about buying one of these, and I was about to place my order, and right before I did, I decided I'd give them an email and give them a day to reply. We ended up working something out, so super happy to say that. This is one of the first times I've seen a Prinsu rack mounted onto an F-150 on YouTube. Actually, I think it's the only time. I have seen one other person do a Raptor Prinsu rack. Yeah, I might be one of the only dudes on YouTube rocking a Prinsu on an F-150. So, and an actual F-150, even though mine really wants to be a Raptor really bad. So I am gonna build this thing inside the garage right here because with all these leaves on the ground, I'm scared I'm gonna lose some hardware or something in here, and it just seems like a mess. It is pretty, but not pretty enough to lose stuff. Ta-da! Alright, looks like we got our weather stripping for the front to reduce the hum, which is exactly what I need. Looks like they sent the right one, F-150. Well, I didn't get any instructions. Alright. Well, I wish I had some paper instructions because it'd be nice to not sit on my phone, but I think I can figure this out. One really nice thing that they do is you can see that they put everything labeled. So driver's side mounting feet, passenger side mounting feet, and then we have a lot of hardware right here, so wow. And when I say a lot of hardware, I mean a lot of hardware. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start off easy, gain some confidence, and get the wind deflector ready to go. We'll do lock washer, and then regular washer. I think that's how that should go. I got these T nuts all lined up right here for the front wind deflector. I think that this was the easiest way to do it. I actually just used a screwdriver to put it in the holes and slide them around. So I've got the holes lined up right now. And now what we'll do is we'll just flip this onto here and line them up perfectly and just screw them in. Should work. That was easy. Alright, we got the weather stripping all mounted on here and trimmed. Wait. Next thing we're gonna do is work on these. So these are the crossbars, and these are gonna get mounted onto here, and we're gonna use this big bag of stuff right here. Excuse me, this tiny bag, because it says crossbar hardware. So next is gonna be to get these nuts and washers onto there and ready for the crossbars. Alright, so I got these all dolled up and ready to go. Again, lock washer and then to the regular washer. But what I thought of before I start putting those crossbars on is I might want to measure out the spacing I want. So you can see there's different slot lengths here. So we have ones that are going to be fixed and then ones that you're going to be able to slide. I'm going to go ahead and measure my moonroof quick and measure how wide across a solar panel is. Alright, 28. Alright, 28 and 15. I don't know what that means, but we'll try it. Alrighty, so you want to make sure you have this side facing up that has the notches in it. So this is where you're going to be able to put your accessories in. It is also recommended that you do this on like carpeted area, or an area that has some protection beneath it. For video's sake and lighting's sake, I'm not really allowed to do that right now. So don't do as I do, do as I say. That sounds good. Alright, so for the next step, you're gonna need a center punch, a 25 by 64th drill bit. It's kind of a tough one to say. And then a tape measure. So we're gonna measure 6.5 inches from the corner of the windshield up. And then we're gonna use this thing. This is actually a 23 64th. I don't have a 25, so better to go smaller than bigger, because we're gonna be putting some rivet nuts in. But we're gonna be mounting the feet on top of the truck. The trick here is not to rush it. Oh. Oh. Or do. Okay. I got a hole. Hello. Alright, now that I have some gaping holes in my roof, I need to get my rivet nuts ready, which are located in this glorious bag. Sick. Oh wow. Oh yeah, it's not going anywhere. Yeah. No. What's supposed to happen here? Okay. Hold this. I don't understand. Oh, this one's going a lot better. Okay, I think this one actually worked. Oh yeah. Alright, so now we're gonna unwrap our mounting feet. We're gonna see how far back we gotta space this out. Oh yeah. So with a project like this, when you're drilling into the top of a truck, it's better to measure twice and drill once. I'm gonna speed through this because I don't know if you guys want to watch me drill 1, 2, 4, 6, 12 holes in the top of my roof, but I'll show you the finished product. Just drilling giant holes in the truck. Oh, fuck, dude. Ow. Alright, so we got the rivets in. It's not perfect, but we are going to be using some silicone-based caulk. Make sure that you use silicone because it's the most durable. It's so awkward, like standing on the side of your truck like this, leaning on the car door. This is like just asking to fall over. We want like a Hershey Kiss size drop live silicone. Okay. Oh. Okay, then we got these little metal rings. And then we take our bracket, rest it on top of those guys. And then without falling off of the truck, we grab 2 washers and 2 bolts. Okay, we're doing it. We're getting somewhere. We got them all mounted now. Silicone's on there. My hands are full of silicone. Silicone? Silicone. How do you say it? Silicone. This is taking so much longer than I thought it was going to. Next step is to take these things and put them on the sides. So it's done now. It's all mounted. Looks so good. I'm so excited to have multiple attachment points on both the roof and the bed. If anybody's looking to mount a solar panel, I'm going to show them how I'm going to mount mine, because I think that this way is probably the best way to mount a solar panel that you could on the top of a van or a truck or really any vehicle. Here's my solar panel. It's a Goal Zero Boulder 100. You can see it's pretty big, and I actually made these brackets myself out of some angle iron. So these are going to be the mounting points. And now I gotta go bring this over to the truck and just bolt these down. Alright, so we got the mounting points here, and then underneath, you can see there's a little bolt. So I'm actually gonna try to flush mount this so it actually sits flush with this bar right here. Alright, there we go. Nice and flush mounted, look at that. Took a little bit longer than thought, but turned out nice. I'm gonna jump off of the car so I don't break my windshield. Wearing steel toe boots. In case you're wondering how I've been getting down, this is it right here. So I go, yep. I'm having a really hard internal debate right now about putting this thing back up there, because I don't even use it that much and it takes up so much room. It made a lot more sense when I didn't have the nice roof rack that I do now. Huh. What do you guys think? The problem is that I like it almost better on that side because the awning kind of like blocks that side off anyway. And then on this side, I could like run my rod tube or my shower. I don't know. I think this is gonna be a little bit more of a thinking process than I thought. Oh yeah. This thing is pretty sweet. After all the hard work that went into this, it's finally done and secure for the most part. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is just using ratchet straps on this, so I actually ended up using awning mounts and strapping this shower to the side, which is pretty sweet because it kind of took a lot of space up on the roof and it was hard to access, so maybe I'll get some more use out of it now. I don't know if I'm totally in love with having this roof basket up here. It is nice to be able to like throw dirty things and trash and whatever, but I don't know. I'm really excited about this rack. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video, or at least entertained. I really appreciate you guys spending some time with me today. And as always, until next time, my name is Mavrik, and you already know the drill. Just keep on trucking.